everybody that's a Harry Potter fan, knows Luna's characteristics and who she is. But who is she to you? Because I'm wondering if it might reveal some more layers to her.
What a nice question. Yeah. She is just pure light to me and compassion. Whenever I was reading the books when I was younger, several years before the movies and getting the part and everything, I would feel just such a sense of lightness when she would come on the page. I would feel I was in the presence of someone who let me be and didn't judge me, even though she was a fictional character, and had this beautiful open-mindedness. She had this way of like looking at the world and not needing to judge it or compartmentalize it or understand people. She just let them be. And I encountered her at a time in my life where I was really struggling with just very negative thoughts and anxiety and just, I suppose, depression, really. And she was like the antithesis of that. And it was like an invitation into who I wanted to be more like. And yeah, that's kind of what it is. And I think she has this, I think people see her sometimes as like the comic relief in the movie. They see her as a bit silly and ditzy, but I think it's much deeper than that. I think she's very spiritual and like connected to the world and just feels other people, and she's so secure in herself that she's able to really listen to another person and really take them in a way that is quite difficult when you are consumed with yourself or struggling with yourself. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned struggling with yourself and having some depression and struggles, and we understand that you battled anorexia, and that J.K. Rowling actually helped you overcome it. And this was before you auditioned for the show. Can you tell us that story? We thought it was fascinating, and we also want to go deeper into your eating disorder, because both Dotsie and I have had eating disorders, and part of this show is about that too when it comes up.
Yeah, and healing from addiction.
Yeah. I think so many people have, so many, especially like sensitive women, because it's like, it's numbing, isn't it? It's really hard to accept yourself and just kind of go along without anything. And people talk about this with things like addiction. It turns down the volume on yourself or on your feelings. And that's what that was for me. It just kind of, and I think for a lot of people, I'm sure you felt, maybe went through it the same way, that it just comes to you. It just happens. It's not something you try at, and it's just an easy way of numbing. And you're so consumed with this obsession that you don't have to feel your feelings, and you don't have to do anything big or daring, because it's just this one solitary thing in your life. And so, yeah, I was really, I was actually in hospital when the Order of the Phoenix came out, and that's when I met the character of Luna. And there was things like that really woke me up to, I actually don't want to live like this. This is such a lifeless, worthless way to live. And it's such a fearful way to live. So yeah, it was those books and that character that those were a few things that really woke me up to how pointless my life was when I had an eating disorder. And so I wrote to J.K. Rowling, and I was in therapy. I had like lots of different means of support, but I wrote to her, and I just to thank her, just to say, this is the one thing that makes me stop thinking of this obsessive cycle. And I didn't think she'd write back, I just wanted to literally just express thanks and put that out there. And somehow I sent it to her publishers, and they forwarded her mail to her, and somehow she got the letter, read the letter, and connected with it. And yeah, she wrote to me for years. She wrote to me while I was like in and out of treatment centers, and she was just, I think that my story has been quite sensationalized by the media, as in like, J.K. Rowling wrote to you and you got better. And it's so, I think it's really irresponsible to paint it like that, because you can never get better for someone else, even freaking J.K. Rowling, like I did. I had the person who I idolized most in the world writing to me and encouraging me, but I was still going in and out of treatment centers, and I was still trying to recover and then relapsing and, disappointing J.K. Rowling. And and it just, you can't, it has to be, it's your own journey. It has to be that you find a way to do it and that you follow that path. And, you know, I was so grateful for her support, and I owe her so much gratitude for kind of the light that she showed me through that time. So yeah, that was that was our relationship to start with. But it was definitely, as I say, it's been sensationalized in the media, and it wasn't a linear journey to recovery.
Yeah, it's beautiful that you shared that. I know from my own journey, it really resonates, the numbing out. I mean, that's what I became so addicted to, was that feeling. But in the beginning, when you start restricting food intake, for me anyway, I mean, I didn't know that it was going to be that. I just was trying to assert some kind of control over my life that felt out of control at the time. And then I became very addicted to that feeling you described. What were the complexities for you that you were experiencing that even had you start restricting food even the first time? Because you don't know yet that you're going to be able to numb out so severely.
It was when I was 11, and I think that's the age where a lot of people suddenly become very aware of themselves, and that they have to find out who they are. And, you know, you're at that point in your life where it's like, people are asking you, like, who are you? What are you going to do with your life? And you kind of feel like this blob, and you're just like, I don't know. My mom and dad will tell you. And that struggle really stressed me out. And I was quite a misfit as a kid. I was very creative, and I dressed quite weird. I dressed in really crazy clothes, and like, there was a combination of being really sensitive but really creative and not having anywhere to fit in. And yeah, feeling, at school or at the drama classes I was going to, in my family. And I was the third daughter. I have a brother who's younger, but I was the third daughter. So it's just like, you know, I wasn't able to define myself. My sisters were straight A students, the smart ones. They were kind of doing everything first. And I was a real crisis of identity. It was like, I don't know who I am. I don't know how I will succeed in this world. I don't know how I'll find love outside of kind of the safe, warm, closeted existence of family, you know, of my mom loving me. And I wanted to find something that would give me an edge, and that would make me feel special, or make me feel like I had worth. And, you know, that quickly and unintentionally became the eating disorder stuff. Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. If we helped you in any way, then click the subscribe button and let's keep hanging out together. We have so much more to share with you.
And if you need more information on actually making the switch for good, please visit us at switchforgood.org for loads of info. And you can subscribe to our mailing list, where you will receive all sorts of super cool gifts, discount codes to our very fave dairy-free products, and a lifetime of powerful health tips.
So join us on the journey to switch for good. This is the future.